Before we begin, thank you very much to Brentus Simardicus for joining the Patreon campaign. It's a familiar name. Thank you very much for your generosity. Always appreciated the support on the channel that keeps everything running, keeps me able to do this for you guys every single day. Always, always. Thank you very much. And thank you for waiting so long for your shout out. I just literally got back in from Megatron 2025. And by literally, I mean, I threw the news roundup together today out of whatever popped up while I was gone outside of San Diego Comic-Con stuff. All of that we'll cover tomorrow. I don't like how cold it is by then, but I still like covering it. But today, typical news roundup, all the stuff that wasn't just SDCC. And I've been throwing this together so quickly, I literally, when I say I just came in off the road, there's news stories in here that are literally minutes old as of this recording. I didn't even read through them myself. We'll be discovering them together. So, first off, I think the biggest news, we will start with confirmation of what the second Age of the Prime's Commander class is going to be next year. Armada Jetfire at long last. Yeah, you are finally going to start being able to combine your toys the way that we're meant to be. The only hesitation I have is that it's going to be a few years in between Armada Optimus Commander class and Commander class Jetfire. But that just means they're probably going to run that toy again. For everyone who don't go running to eBay. Do not go running to eBay now that Jetfire is going to be a thing, because your Optimus Prime, if you missed it before, I guarantee you they will run it again near the release time of this toy. Right now, they currently have another run of, according to like Big Bad, there's a new run of Studio Series 86 Optimus and Ultra Magnus right now. So yeah, you definitely are going to have another shot. They can rerun these commanders if they need to. I have no doubt they are planning to. If they're going to do Jetfire, they are going to release that Prime again for anyone who didn't get the chance the first time. So fantastic opportunity. I cannot wait for the Power Links version of both of them to be one enormously expensive multi-pack. Oh, and by the way, that's where you're going to get both of their mini cons. You know that's true, by the way. You know that is absolutely true. Leader 1 and Commodore are going to be exclusive to a big multi-pack that's just going to be the Power Links repaints. It's inevitable. Inevitable. You know it is. But no, for Armada fans, this is exciting. I'm kind of excited. I want to see how this toy performs when the engineering is so much better than it used to be. I want to see him like with better proportions, with a lot, more functioning robot mode. Getting him to split into a pair of legs and be a fully featured robot in modern, Transformer, demands. That's going to be interesting. That is going to be interesting. Also interesting, Commander class has multiple Jetfires now. And multiple space shuttles, no less. Moving on, let's get into first sightings, in hands, and first reveals of stuff. We're going to start with Scavenger, who we now have some in-hand shots of. Yeah, most of us are getting close to completing our Constructicons. If you are in Canada, then you actually already have Mixmaster available to you. I don't know how, but that magic just worked somehow. And so, yeah, like your Devastator actually has the ability to stand. Whereas for a lot of us, we're 4 for 6 and we are just waiting. Shout out to the photographer for these, by the way, for including Hauler in the background. That's kind of perfect. Okay, yeah, we've seen the complete Devastator by now. Yeah, it does look pretty good. It does look pretty good. I still have my kind of my reservations about some of the proportional stuff, but yeah, he looks good. He looks pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, he's just a nice one overall. I'm still a little bit weirded out by how just dropped his pelvis piece is. It just I'm sorry. It's giving me titanium Soundwave vibes. of just like bloated diaper look. Like I'm never going to unsee that. And I'm going to curse all of you to see that now, because I'm never going to not mention that when this toy comes up. So you're welcome. So this was technically part of the SDCC reveals, but it was actually revealed well ahead of the actual show. They were at the show, but we got to see him first. So the crossover Hot Wheels Transformer toys are in stock photos now, and they look really good. Oh my God, these look ridiculously good. Yeah, so Twin Mill here, yeah, like he just looks like a really slick Transformer from a cartoon series I never saw. Like he looks like something from like a Japanese series that like never made it to the US. I really like all the electric blue that's running through the robot mode. He just, oh, he wears it really, really well. I'm not sure about how hollow the legs might be looking at it from this angle. That might be a little bit of a sticking point for some. Vehicle mode looks fantastic. Remember, this is kind of the point of these, is to get that vehicle mode right, because these are based on actual original designs from Hot Wheels. And yeah, he does a really good job of looking like the Twin Mill. Yeah, and the flame deck, like the flame accessories, both for just flamethrower weapons and for exhaust flames, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like, this is just spot on what it needed to be. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this guy. I just dropped my pre-orders on this one. Just put my pre-orders in. Also, I'm just looking at him and going like, man, I can think of more than one retool. I can think of more than one retool into a normal Transformer I would love to see from this. But that's for a later time. We'll move on to Bone Shaker. It was more interesting to me form-wise because he doesn't have a hardtop, and he's got, so they have to engineer around an open, visible driver's seat and passenger seat, which is tricky to do. But Bone Shaker also looks really, really good. His stock photo is not as good as Twin Mill's, but he still looks pretty nice. I don't know why I am getting Grimlock vibes from the head, and I wish I wasn't. But still, I do like how these have turned out. You can see, actually, you can see the seats from the inside the vehicle mode as the heel spurs. So at least we know where those went. Not sure what the weapon is about. You want to call it a lightning rod? We can call it a lightning rod. It kind of looks like he's holding a big lollipop. I'm just saying. It's taking a little bit of the intimidation out of the skull and old school, like, hot rod look. When it looks like you're holding a piece of candy, or like one of those like kids punching bags, one of those things. Like, I don't know. It's a weird accessory weapon. Not entirely sure I get it, but whatever. Still looking cool. These came out really well. When we do San Diego Comic-Con talk tomorrow, we'll have better photos of them. So I'm looking forward to that. Here's one of the really fresh ones. In-hand shots of my Cronus Prime. I am calling this as one of the sleeper hit toys of the year because it just looks like it's doing so many cool things. Using translucent plastic ball joints is not one of those cool things. Shame on you guys. Hasbro, you should know better than this by now. We will ignore that for now and just go on with the toy itself. I still love the idea behind this. It's like he's a mini con disc that transforms and combines into this, into this mech suit that also has a vehicle mode. And this is everything you could start to imagine like being a prototype for a future line of Pretenders, which is kind of a cool thing to imagine. Now, he is running smaller than your standard deluxe. I'm sure that Hasbro, if you ask them, would blame the complexity of having a miniature Transformer inside of a fully articulated and also transforming Transformer toy. Yeah, so it's got a lot going on. And like play value wise, that's going to provide so much. Also, probably as I'm recording this, I wouldn't be surprised if there's also a news post going up about Venom in-hand shots. We'll get to that next week if it does. Either way, this I really feel like is going to be a sleeper. I really feel like this is just going to be a ridiculously fun toy and very different from what we normally get. That's what I'm looking forward to. He feels different, and I love that. Also fresh up, in-hand shots of Age of the Primes Alpha Trion, or I guess, do you want to call him, you want to call him A3, or is this Alpha Trion just younger? I assume this is, I guess we just call this War Dawn, Alpha Trion. I'm not a fan of the size. You know, considering he looks like he transforms very similar to like a Seeker, which is to say he's not going to be that complicated to transform. I'm not entirely sure why he's so much smaller than Prima and Vector Prime. That's a little bit odd. I'm not a fan of that, but he still does look good. I mean, I liked it when they went with a younger one because I still have my SDCC version, the one that came with, Orion packs. And that one does, that one has the old man beard. Like that one actually looks like the older Alpha Trion we're more familiar with. So I love that they gave it some kind of difference, and they still kept it similar. So you can imagine that one is like just a younger or older version than the other. He does look good. Bit of a backpack going on. That's okay, fine. Yeah, the book accessory is neat. Yeah, I'm just waiting for TF Wiki to tell me what all of the, there's not, you can see it's only a couple pages in there. I think it just says till all are one. If I recall right, it just says till all are one. Neat little piece though. Yeah, and then we have like the little bits that come off of the shoulders too, if you want to use those for 5mm things. Yeah. Yeah, the vehicle mode's fine. Like, again, the vehicle mode is very, very sweep. Which is to say, like, it doesn't feel like it has a whole lot of transformation to him. But then again, when he's one of the oldest Transformers, I don't expect him to have, like, a really complicated transformation. At that age, it seems like it would just be, close enough. Everyone's reading the book. It's story time with Alpha Trion. That is a fantastic photo. That is a fantastic photo. Okay, all the gods gather round. Alpha Trion's reading us a bedtime story. Yeah, some of these photographers have been really playful with this. I love this kind of stuff. We have in-hand shots of the brand new Scorpionox from Cyberworld. This is only going to be news now because I did stop at several of the targets on the way home from MetroCon just to have a peek in. Maybe seeing if I could find Vortex. But what I did see was a bunch of these Scorpionox. So yeah, it's not going to be news anymore. It's out. It's easily available now. And seeing it in person, yeah, it's bigger than the photos generally convey. But function-wise, I'm not getting the $60. I'm just not. Like, he transforms by falling on his face. That's not impressive to me. You need to do more than that. But yeah, you can see here, he is not complicated in the least. He's one of the big gimmicky figures with some electronics and some little points where the smaller figures can mount and ride. Something, it might be like a bit of goofy fun for a kid. Like, I can imagine a kid might have some goofy fun with this. I think it looks better with the core class figures, honestly. I think scale wise it looks better. But yeah, I love me some Scorpionox, and I like different takes on Scorpionox, but this just feels undercooked. And while I am taking the high road when it comes to Cyberworld, I'm trying to be like, okay, don't hate it for what it isn't. Enjoy it for what it is. In this case, I feel like they just didn't put the effort in they could have. Like, I need more articulation, or I need more engineering. I need a better transformation. I need something. I need something because he's not helping me enjoy him. And I'm not sure a kid would really enjoy this figure either, because it has the same play level as like the Optimus Maximus from Transformers Prime Cyberverse. And that toy lingered. Nobody liked that toy because all it could really do was just open up spots for people to sit in. He opens up a bunch of spots for people to sit in. So how well kids are actually going to respond to that, I'm a little bit iffy on. We will have to monitor this and potentially watch for clearance aisles. So if your Walmart is anything like mine, literally the only Generations toys you can find anywhere are the Retro Deluxes, in which now we have good photos of the upcoming Brawn, complete with toy coloring, imitation stickers, as well as his toy accurate head. Nothing to say about, I don't have a whole lot to say on this one. It's just another take on Brawn. It's the toy accurate version. Yeah, it's weird that 3 versions of this one have come out and we still have not gotten an Outback out of this mold. You would think they would kind of break it up a little bit, you know, like throw us an Outback and then move on to do like the toy accurate Brawn. I'm assuming that the way they release these to Walmart, you know, because some Walmart exclusives don't get canceled. I'm sorry, I'm denying my Cybertron Skywarp again. No, this might just be like the way it's shuffled out. You know, I'm pretty sure we saw a listing for Outback. I mean, even we didn't, it's inevitable. It's just weird to me that 3 Brawns in a row before we get to the actual retool of this of the character. Still, if you missed out on it, or if you like the toy accurate, the classic look, it's not a bad way of getting it. Yeah, and I kind of like that they let these like more retro exclusives come out. This is kind of neat. Just not my kind of neat. So, Yolo Park is, I guess, at San Diego Comic-Con showed off their brand new, their brand new Megatron model kit from AMK Pro. If you remember those, most of the assembly is done for you. You're basically putting together the last like 20 or so pieces that are like just like the sections of the arm, sections of the leg. So you get the model kit building experience, but you know, it's only going to take you, you know, like 10, 15 minutes, you know, instead of like the hours and or days you might devote to like a full-size Gunpla or something. But yeah, it's Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, which weirdly enough is a movie Megatron design. I don't mind. I actually kind of like that design. So we will see how it looks when we get, if it's in the San Diego Comic-Con coverage. I will go ahead and include my thoughts there if we saw it for realsies. But yeah, it looks good. It looks good. I mean, it's got the murder arm correct, and like the little like the little loose appendage over there, like all that is as expected. Yeah. We haven't heard of Yolo Park on this channel for a while, but might not be that way. Like we might be hearing from them soon, so keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. We might have some more Yolo Park to talk about. Okay, so all of this is stuff from let's see, all of this is stuff from ACGHK 2025. So basically animation comic game Hong Kong convention that's taking place in China. I'm gonna be honest, this is all stuff from Yolo Park AM. We got stuff from Yolo Park AMK, we got stuff from 3.0, we got stuff from KuraKari. They release so much of this stuff, I cannot keep track of who's releasing what and what is new. So I'm just kind of gonna thumb through these, and what's cool is cool, and what is not is not. I think, okay, so yeah, okay, a line like MK Pro for Drift is perfect because like there's no way of actually capturing that design correctly in a transforming toy. You're just not gonna. There's a prototype for the Megatron. I presume San Diego Comic-Con showed the full painted version. Okay, we got B127. We got Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime, which does look pretty good. Where's that Bumblebee? They're almost exactly the same. I can never tell of there's Rise of the Beast. It's right there on the card. I'm being silly. Okay. Beefed up cannon to Optimus Prime. Cool. Okay, all the mini ones. I remember the AMK minis being a thing. The most important thing here. I don't care about the movie Megatron in the background. I don't care about like all these like the Orion packs and the Shockwave and all these little deep cuts. Or the Beast Wars Optimus Primal. There's a nickel. There's a nickel to go with all of the Tarns that are out there. Finally. Because I feel like the DJD, like the farther we get from IDW, the less likely the DJD is actually going to get toys of any kind. So I'm happy at least nickel actually comes up. Yep, there's our RC, which looks really, really nice. You know, wow, they're doing the concept Megatron. That's actually curious. That's actually super curious. He's huge Optimus Prime. Standard Bumblebee. There's a black Arachnia in the back. Ooh. Ooh, AMK Beast Wars. Okay, now you got my attention. Now you've got my attention. Why is Dinobot's head sculpt so weird? I do not like that head sculpt. That feels half-baked. That feels like it needs another run. It feels like someone pulled like his beanie down over his eyes. I'm not big on that. I'm happy they're doing this though. I'm happy they're doing this though. Yolo Park typically does good work. So like this is still like gray proto. They got time to fix this. They got time to adjust this and make it look a little bit better. Because like this kind of thing, AMK style stuff, is like the only way to correctly render a character like Dinobot, like without like a massive backpack of parts like we got for some of the other releases. Okay, am I missing anything else? Okay, Transformers 1 stuff looking good. Lots of movie 1 stuff, Bumblebee movie stuff. Again, they released so much I can't remember who's making what and what's new and what's old. So 3-0 doing Bayverse stuff. What is that Primal? What is that Primal? Okay, so you've taken like Rise of the Beast. Hang on. You're taking Rise of the Beast, Optimus Primal, and you're doing a Beast Wars coloring version of him, but you're also throwing on the mutant head. That's actually really cool. He's got the skull mace too. Okay, I'm kind of into that. Huge array of their MDLX figures. We've seen a bunch of those before. The Ratchet's on the way. Nice to see that. Ironhide. Everyone's doing a movie Ironhide now. Optimus, Bumblebee. Yep. Lockdown as well. Last night, Bumblebee. Optimus Prime from Bumblebee. Shatterglass. Yeah. Like, a lot of stuff we've seen. Okay, so a lot of this stuff does seem familiar. It looks like a lot of the movie stuff, and that would be new. That would be new. I definitely haven't seen that before. Random Ava. Just there. Just there. And if we go into KuraKari, thankfully a lot less from them to look at. We got the Lost Light color scheme for their Rodimus, which, you know, Adamus Machina is also doing. That's going to clash just a wee bit. So, super beefed up reimagine Rodimus. Again, Lost Light colors. Looks cool. It's always a cool color scheme. I love they're doing that. I love they're doing the Rodimus star. That's cool. That is awesome. I love that. We've got Ultra Magnus done more up in like that ultimate Magnus armor, like from the last stand on Necro World. That's cool. That's cool to see. Flame Toys needs to do me a solid. Flame Toys needs to do me a solid. You need to, okay, well, number one, you need to include an alternate head with the fixed horns. You need to include an alternate head with his corrected, with the fixed horns. And I need a tailgate. I need to know before I drop the ridiculous amount of money that this toy is going to cost. I need to know you're doing a tailgate. That is the only way This is going to be worth the cash. Just saying. It is a very cool Cyclonus, though. It's very cool. And then they are doing Diatlas, too. Just such a random pull. Speaking of random pull, okay, Galva Lyo Convoy. Okay, sure. Sure, why not? Oh, it's so weird. It's what saddens me is this is the closest we've gotten so far to a modern Beast Wars second Galvatron, one of my favorite toys of all time. And it's just because the color scheme is the same. I hate it. I hate it. We've got a big convoy now, Hasbro. There's only one to go. There's only one Beast Wars leader toy left to do. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yep. We've seen the Beast Megatron before. Full color looks really, really cool. The Megatrons beside each other. That's a good look. Man, I love that this is not only the animated version of Optimus Prime as like a Flame Toys kit, which looks fantastic. I love that it's the one we never got with the wings and the armor. And I love that it has Derek's take on the Autobot symbol. Like that exaggerated Autobot symbol. That's really cool. That is really cool. Yeah, that might... I don't normally go for KuraKari because it's so expensive. That might be an exception. Might be an exception. I think the blood... I want to say Bludgeon and Bonsaitron I've seen before. They don't look new to me. Okay, a Black Arachnia is definitely new. It's a prototype. Looking good. Looking voluptuous. They're doing, of course, they're doing a big convoy as well. It's going to be like 2026 is just going to be the year of big convoy. It's just how it's going to go. I believe that is it for KuraKari. So now we can get into stuff that's a little bit easier to talk about again. eHobby. We've seen these before. They're doing the second run or doing another wave of these. So this is garage kit style miniatures for some of your favorite Transformer characters and also Stranglehold for some reason. So, garage kits, if you don't know, we've explained this before. I'll explain it again. A garage kit is typically done in a garage or just in a workshop from some independent fan. They design and actually produce like a little resin toy of their own creation, run enough to actually sell, and then they will get a one-day license to sell it at, say, a convention in Japan, usually Wonderfest. So for one day, it is a completely legal and licensed Transformers release. So they can actually call it, you know, Wheelie or Bumblebee or whatever, and it's all above board. And usually they come, you know, sometimes you have to assemble them yourself. Most of the time you have to paint garage kits yourself, at the very least. But this is kind of recreating that by offering up completely unpainted resin figurines of these Transformer characters, about the size of D&D figures, I think. What's always weird about them is this. The fact that they are 3D prints and they're just given to you like this. So they 3D print them and sell them to you in batches, and I'm not really satisfied with that. I understand 3D printing seems cheap to do, and if you look at it just from plastic cost, yeah, it's dirt cheap. But you also have to think of wear and tear on the machine. You know, what you turn in, part of it has to be saved just in case the machine gets too old and parts fail and has to be fixed or even replaced. So yeah, there is more to it than just like the cost of resin or the cost of plastic. In this case, though, having a company, like an official real toy company, just 3D printing stuff and selling them for like $20 for a set of 3 feels a little scummy. I'm not really happy with it. Stranglehold. Why Stranglehold of all the Transformers you could do? eHobby, you super weird people. I mean, they look fine. I guess you don't have to like do the 3D modeling to make them, but yeah, it just feels icky to me. Maybe that's just me. But if we want to go for eHobby's normal insanity, we're going to close off with their latest round of Super Deformed cards. This is Wave 15. And the first pair is King Grimlock and King Starscream. Why have I never made this comparison before? Why have I never made this comparison before? Why isn't this the Transformer chess set, by the way? Why are these not the two kings? Other than the fact that you have to have Optimus and Megatron. Yeah, why have I never made that parallel before? That's weird. Yeah, eHobby always throws some really weird stuff into these cards, and it's fantastic. Trypticon and Metroplex feel like they are overdue compared to some of the weird pulls that they have done. They've done G2 characters, they've done Shattered Glass characters, they have done Obscure Pretenders, and then I'm just now getting around to mini-bots. Oh, we have Fire Guts Super Convoy, by the way. Fire Guts Super Convoy is here, by the way, whose data is apparently censored. I don't know. I'm not sure why that was necessary. Is there some deep, dark secret to Fire Guts Super Convoy? I don't know. They call it Fire Guts God Jinrai. It's, as far as I know. Oh, wait, I'm thinking of the wrong one. It was Nebulon Quest Super Convoy and Fire Guts God Jinrai. And I know someone went to the comment section before I saw that and corrected myself. So, haha. Gotcha. Gotcha. I don't know what I got there. Okay, who else we got? Red Wing? Red Wing. I don't know. I don't know why you are here. I also don't know why there's a king. Oh, it's supposed to be Sunstorm. It's supposed to be Sunstorm. Okay, yeah, so I see the white gauntlets now. That's way too red. That's way too red to be Sunstorm. Sunstorm is best when his orange leans more into the yellow shades. Yeah, that's a weird color choice that threw me off. And I still don't know why you're in the coronation gear either. But here's the new thing. We have a binder. So we have a full binder that you can now keep your eHobby toys on officially. Oh, and no, we can't show you these. We can't show you these. Wait a minute. Who is it? Who are they? Who are they? I don't think they're unreleased ones, are they? Why would you put unreleased ones in here? Like, why wouldn't you just put the ones that we're used to? Still kind of neat. Now, I'm glad that it's like an open 3-ring binder. You know, it's a proprietary size. You will definitely have to buy more sheets from eHobby in order to fill it out. But I am happy to see that they're actually trying to give you a little bit more to keep track of these. The binder's a neat idea. And also they're apparently pulling a comparison between Fire Guts Jinrai and Sunstorm, which is another really great comparison I've never made before. That's actually a really cool connection. And that's it. That is it for me. That is a very long news roundup. Weirdly enough, that's a ton of news, and we didn't even touch the San Diego Comic-Con stuff. That's crazy to me. So, thank you very much for watching. I need a glass of water. But always appreciate you guys coming in. Thank you very much. I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.